What's up, wrestling fans? You're watching Fight Talks News, the one-stop spot for every WWE headline and showdown. Subscribe now and ring that bell. Let's get started. What was supposed to be an ordinary episode of Monday Night Raw suddenly transformed into one of the most emotional fictional storylines WWE has ever scripted, sending the arena into stunned silence as fans watched a moment unfold that blurred the line between performance and real-life emotion. The entire audience, performers, and crew members found themselves pulled into a terrifying scenario when a scripted collapse involving Dominik Mysterio became the centerpiece of a dramatic segment designed to showcase the physical toll and emotional bonds within the world of professional wrestling, Dominik Mysterio's dramatic collapse. During the match, Dominik suddenly paused mid-sequence, grabbed his chest, and dropped to the mat in a carefully choreographed moment meant to appear frighteningly real, sending shock waves through the crowd as medical personnel stormed the ring as part of the segment. The atmosphere shifted instantly, from excitement to fear, as the performance was delivered with such authenticity that everyone watching felt the weight of the moment, unsure where the storyline ended and reality began. Medical teams rush. In WWE's ringside medical team, fully integrated into the scripted moment, surrounded Dominik as the announcers lowered their voices and emphasized the gravity of what the audience was seeing, making the scene feel unsettlingly real. Their actions were swift, controlled, and expertly executed to enhance the dramatic impact of the segment, reinforcing the emotional stakes and pushing the storyline into territory rarely explored on live television. Fans frozen in silence. The crowd, normally electric and loud during Monday Night Raw, fell into complete silence as thousands of people watched with wide eyes, some clutching their chests or covering their mouths as the scripted emergency played out. Even longtime fans who are familiar with WWE's ability to tell stories admitted the scene shook them because of the raw emotion the performers brought to the moment backstage shockwaves. While the fictional medical drama unfolded in the ring, cameras backstage captured reactions from WWE superstars who stayed in character, showing shock and heartbreak as they learned of Dominik's condition within the storyline. The blending of scripted emotion with the real friendships between the performers created backstage scenes that felt deeply authentic. Faces stricken with worry, hushed voices, and a sense of helplessness lingering in the air. Liv Morgan receives the news. One of the most emotional parts of the episode came when Liv Morgan was shown backstage receiving a phone call about Dominik's scripted collapse, her face shifting from confusion to devastation in seconds. She dropped into a chair, visibly trembling, as she began to process the fictional news. An acting performance so genuine that many viewers said they felt their stomachs sink while watching Liv Morgan's emotional breakdown. Liv's breakdown continued as she repeatedly asked, "This can't be happening," her voice trembling as she struggled to catch her breath, creating one of the rawest emotional performances WWE has showcased in recent years. Her reaction wasn't exaggerated or theatrical. She portrayed a real human being overwhelmed with fear for someone she cares deeply about, and it left viewers stunned at her emotional depth. A friendship fans didn't know they needed. In the weeks leading up to the episode, the chemistry between Dominik and Liv had become one of the most unexpected and compelling story threads on WWE television, blending tension, affection, and mystery in ways that captured fan imagination. Behind the storyline, fans knew the performers had grown close as colleagues, and this fictional emergency emphasized the bond their characters shared, making the moment feel heartbreakingly personal. The locker room rallies superstars from across the roster, whether connected to the storyline or not, gathered in the hallway near the trainer's room in a powerful display of unity, showcasing their characters' concern for Dominik's condition. Some performers hid their faces, others hugged one another, and some simply stood in stunned silence, all contributing to the sense that something massive had unfolded. Dominik's father, Rey Mysterio, who was woven into the storyline, was shown rushing into the medical area, his face filled with anguish as he demanded answers about his son's condition. His portrayal was so believable that viewers felt the emotional pull instantly. This was a father, not a character, fighting fear with every step he took inside the scripted segment. Liv rushes to the medical room. As soon as she heard the fictional update, Liv ran through the backstage corridors, still in full gear, her eyes red and swollen as she wiped away tears, embodying a friend desperate to reach someone she cared about. Cameras followed her from behind, capturing shaky breaths and trembling hands as she entered the medical area where Dominik was being evaluated within the storyline, the hospital scene. In the continuation of the storyline, WWE aired footage of Liv, Rey, and several other performers arriving at a local medical facility, still in character, maintaining the illusion of reality as the emotional weight of the segment deepened. Liv was shown refusing to leave the waiting area, pacing back and forth, clearly exhausted but unwilling to walk away until she received more information. The wrestling community responds. Across social media, WWE superstars, legends, and fans played into the storyline, sending messages of support and love toward Dominik while praising the emotional performance delivered during the episode. Hashtags trended worldwide as fans shared clips, fan art, and reaction videos, many expressing how deeply the episode affected them and praising the company for its bold storytelling, a storyline with powerful themes. The fictional incident opened conversations about the emotional and physical toll of wrestling, the bonds performers share, and the risks their characters face, allowing WWE to highlight themes of friendship, vulnerability, and resilience. The episode resonated particularly deeply because it moved beyond action and conflict, focusing instead on relationships and the fragility of life. Even in scripted form, Liv Morgan's standout performance. Many fans and analysts agreed that Liv delivered the performance of her career, portraying a level of heartbreak and urgency rarely seen on weekly wrestling television. Her trembling hands, stumbling steps, and broken voice made the storyline feel painfully authentic, cementing her as one of WWE's strongest emotional performers, a community united. What ultimately made the episode special wasn't just the dramatic collapse or the backstage reactions, it was the sense of unity the storyline created among fans, performers, and the entire wrestling community. For one night, every storyline feud and rivalry took a back seat as everyone focused on one shared hope, that Dominik would recover within the fictional narrative and return stronger than ever.